Hello, Black America. Hello, Black folks. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, Black folks, featuring Miss Roslyn X. And I am her. I am she, Miss Roslyn X. I'm sitting here. Today is Tuesday. I'm watching George Floyd's funeral, his second funeral that I'm watching, and I haven't posted to my channel in quite a while. So today, I'm going to post because there's a few things that I want to talk to my beautiful Black Americans. And once again, I have said Black Americans are the best that the earth has to offer. There is none better than Black Americans on this earth. So us banding together and protesting, it's a great thing. We need major changes. We have to realize that the police were not created to protect and serve Black people. That's there first and foremost. And when some of our Congress people say that the police forces across America are rotten to the core, she is right. And so we have to revamp them. I say city by city, police department by police department. You got 3 citations of races on your record, murder or shootings and stuff. We don't want you. You need to go. But the main thing that I really got on here to talk to you guys about, and I hope I'm not moving the camera too much because my phone is a little dead, my tablet, so I have to hold it. But anyway, I got on here to talk about professional athletes and the NFL, the commissioner coming out and saying they were wrong and whoop, 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 whoop-de-doo-whoop. He ain't talking about shit. Know that he's not talking about nothing that has anything to do with the protest or Black America. He's coming out and he's saying all of these things because he don't want to lose his Black players. He's talking for the owners. He couldn't even say Colin Kaepernick's name. So to me, it's nothing that he said was sincere. So I just want you to get on here and tell you to, when you're listening to a lot of this gibberish that a lot of these people who have major stakes in controlling Black lives, selling goods and services to Blacks, just read between the lines or hear what they're really saying. Not what's coming out their mouth, but what they're really saying. Just remember, I don't like how this is recording on this particular device, so I'm going to change devices, and I'll just make this Miss Roslyn X, Power to the People. Going to talk to you in part 2. I'm going to get it on another device and see does it record a little better for my channel. But anyway, I love you, Black Americans. Hey, Black folks. Hey, Black folks. I'm so proud of my Black Americans. I'm proud of Black people all over the world. I'm proud of the human race on this earth. I'm proud of the human race right now. I'm very proud of y'all. And the looting and the fires and the rioting, that's part of it too. Let's not forget when we protest peaceful how they turn the hoses, the dogs, the guns, and everything on us. Until this day, they are still shooting with rubber bullets, mason, tear gas, and the dogs. So nothing's really changed. So, it's time to fight back. I will never tell a Black American not to fight back. That's the problem. That, when we see the police, we got to stop them in their tracks. Some of us going to have to die in order for others to live. But we going to die fighting. And even in the pandemic, they still killing Black Americans. Still killing us. Still killing people of color. the police forces across the United States, I consider to be a gang. And the same way you dismantle gangs on the street, we need to dismantle this biggest major gang in the whole United States. We need to dismantle it, bring the National Guard in, and let them go to each police precinct across America, vet every single police. If they good, they good. If not, get rid of them and replace them. Get rid of and replace. That's right. So it should be a lot of jobs open for people who really do want to protect and serve their communities. But, okay, well, this looking a little better, but I still don't like how it's look. But since I started, I'm going to continue. I made this video specifically for NFL, NBA, baseball, hockey. I'm making this video specifically for professional Black American athletes. If you are a professional Black athlete across any genre of sports, I'm asking you to opt out until this is over. I want to be occupied watching Jordan, LeBron, or nobody on the internet, on TV, because I'm already occupied with the survival of my race. The survival of my race has me occupied 24 hours a day. I'm getting prepared now to go aside and protest. And I'm probably going to be the only one in front of the police station protesting, and that's okay. Because I'm not, as my individual self, I'm not going to let up. But just my thoughts on the speech that the NFL commissioner came out and gave. I think it was a bunch of hogwash. I think that the speech he gave was more for the benefit. He was forced to go out to make a speech because of the owners. Because if the threat that NFL players don't take the field, if the threat that the NBA players don't take the court, the threat that people of color who play in professional baseball, hockey, tennis, golf, people of color who play, and especially Black Americans who play, in professional sports, don't dance for massa. Don't dance for massa. Yes, sir, massa. Don't dance for them. Not in 2020. When the season start up in 2021, whatever. But please, I'm begging you, and I'm nobody. I'm just a certain person live in the inner city community on Section 8, been to prison, ex-con, ex-drug addict, get the little disability money and stay in the inner city community, see how the police come in here and wreak havoc and, violence on our Black sister, brothers, and children, see how they treated at the corner store, see how the Chinese just come in here and have exploited our communities, every race. So I see it firsthand every single day. I see all the shootings, the murders, everything, every single day. I stay right up in it. So as just little old me, Miss Roslyn X, I'm asking you, don't do it. Opt out. Hashtag opt out. Hashtag don't dance for massa. That means don't play no professional sports. And encourage all upcoming Black kids that's going to college, whether they're going for sports or not, encourage them to choose to go to historically Black college and university. I started a GoFundMe where the money will go straight to the people who manage the money for the Black colleges and university. I started a GoFundMe, and I hope you will go over there and give to that GoFundMe, because we should support our Black colleges and university. Our HBCUs, we have to support. I know a lot of people might not agree with me. I don't think we should be taking white dollars for HBCUs. I don't think any white people should work there or attend school there. I don't care if you're working as a janitor, you're taking up a job for a black person, a black mom, black grandmama. It doesn't matter. I think HBCUs should be fully funded by black, fully attended by blacks, and the total faculty from the dean over the college all the way to the janitor and the cafeteria workers and whatever, bookstore workers, should be black. That's just my opinion. I'm never going to change that opinion. I'm going to stick with that for life. But I'm asking professional black athletes, Serena, I'm asking LeBron, all your team members, I'm asking everybody across every genre of sports, baseball, football, hockey, basketball, whatever you play, swimming, whatever you do, I'm asking you to opt out in 2020 until we get through. If we still out in the streets boycotting, how dare you? If black Americans and blacks all over the world and people all over the world are fighting for the human rights of black people, we don't want you to go play sports to try to take our mind off what's going on. We need to keep our nose down to the grind, and we need to continue to protest. We must not forget that before we started this major protest, the Montgomery boycott lasted over 381 days. That's over a year. So we in it for the long haul. We in it for the long haul. We not going home. We not going home right away. And another thing, I must say, the bill that Nancy and the other Democrats taking the knee and all of that, that's all good. But we don't want to rush to do a bill that will have to have a lot of amendments added to it. We need specific, major, plain and simple wording. You know, that this is what is not tolerated. If you have this, you know, no longer on the force. Not from this day forward, but if you already have a record like Chauvin had, you're not a police in America. So we're going to get rid of a lot of them, but we need specific wording. Don't hurry up and run in there. That's good. You got to put something together. They disbanded chokeholds. The federal government and the Supreme Court should already be coming out with a bill when they see that all of America and the whole world protested no chokeholds. You shouldn't have to submit some stuff to Congress. It just should be like automatic. What, are you living under a rock? You don't see what's going on in America? You don't care. Because this country is built from slavery, off racist ideas and ideology. The police was formed to catch slaves, runaway slaves, so they were never formed to protect and serve the black people's needs, interests, or anything. The Constitution was written, we were still enslaved. So, of course, let's just get real here, because I can't not be real with my audience. Hey, black folks, remember to like and subscribe. Hey, black folks, featuring Miss Rosalynn. Watch some of my other videos. You'll see that I've been talking about this for months, like feeling the way that I feel now. I'm devastated, and I decided to get up out my house a couple weeks ago and go and join the protest instead of sitting in here depressed, crying, and just feeling like hopeless. Now I'm full of hope, you know, but I'm still angry and depressed. But yeah, please opt out, my beautiful black and brown American athletes. What Drew Brees said, I want to address that very briefly. What Drew Brees said he meant. His first statement, he might have did get Somebody probably gave him a little history lesson or whatever, which he probably didn't need. You live in, working in New Orleans all these years. So what I have to say is, because of the backlash, of course he's going to come out and apologize. But what he said, he meant. He feel the same way Trump, McConnell, and the rest of the white racists feel in America. And that's how he feel. And even though I know Shannon Sharpe said we going to give him a chance, and we can, to prove himself that what he said he didn't mean. We can, but I still stand on he said what he meant. He said what was in his heart at that time. And I don't believe that he had a change of heart in less than 48 hours, 24 hours. That's just my personal opinion that I'm going to share with you people. So remember to head over to YouTube, like and subscribe, to my channel, please. I'm asking you. Another thing that I want to talk to Black Americans about. I love how we serious and we mean business. But we got to up the game. We got to take it a couple more steps further this week. And me saying that means that this week you guys need to go out and research 38 black banks and credit unions. I'm going to go live on my channel when I power up my equipment, and I'm going to try to reach out to somebody at a few black banks and a black credit unions, and also some black financial services people, because we have to build up that $2.5 trillion in black buying power here in the United States that black Americans possess. We have to make it stronger. So you need to head over to One United Bank. I'm not asking you to put all your money in black-owned banks and credit unions, but I am asking you to give them a big shout-out and a big boost by moving some of your money. And those who get $1,000 or less, and you get your money on a NetSpend card, or you get your money on a Green Dot or one of those cards, your checks, or the Social Security card that they issue out, and you get your money on one of those cards every month, I'm asking you to switch that over to One United Bank, which will have better benefits on those cards that you're currently using. There are currently 38 or more black-owned banks and credit unions in the United States, so I'm asking you to choose and support black-owned banks and credit unions. We need to do that immediately. What we also need to do to step up the game is to not be at home. I won't say anything against Nike, because Nike is a company who I really do believe that understands and gets it. The people who work in their the CEOs and the board and whatnot, they get it. I think Nike has understood Black America's position for a long time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not doing a commercial for Nike. I'm just saying I'm not going to say anything about bad or negative towards Nike, because I do, in my personal opinion, believe that Nike understands and they get it. So, yeah, I know you at home ordering a lot of Nikes, and it's okay. But go to Google, go to WeBuyBlack.com, and you need to search out. There is some fabulous African American owned companies. There are some fabulous designers that are black, that are from all over the world. There are some fabulous black designers here in the United States that we need to support. Anywhere from our housing, pillows, bedding, wall art, flooring, getting alarm systems, getting roofing on your house, getting siding on your house, getting your yard fixed up. We need to first seek out black-owned company. Something break in your house, seek out a black-owned company. If you have, like what we call it, a shade tree, like you go around and fix up houses, get together and y'all open a little side shade tree business, 3 or 4 of you. Because we have, in order for this to really change for us, Black Americans, when we come up out of this, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, whenever it comes, because it's going to be a year. Get ready for it. We in it for the long haul. We not just protesting for the police to get their feet off our neck. We're protesting for white America to get your feet off our neck once and for all. Once and for all. That means one time, this time, for everybody. And that's it. Because here's the thing that bothers me, that upsets me, that keeps me up at night, that since this happened, way before this happened, that I don't sleep well at night, is because how are Black Americans gonna be able to continue to live this way in America? We're not, and we don't have to. And so I guess, we're not anymore. Enough. Hashtag capital letters. ENOUGH. Enough. I'm going to be making videos all day today, posting them on my page. Like I said, hey black folks, the name of my channel, Mrs. Roslyn X. Go like and subscribe to my channel. Look under the discussion tab, and I have a list of black banks and credit unions. And I also have the link to We Buy Black. And I'll be putting up more and more links on my channel. I have some amazing videos by Dr. Clark and other black men and women. My tastes are diverse. As I said, when I started this video, it's not an introduction, because I have a lot of videos on my page and on YouTube. And right now, YouTube has shut me down because I made a video telling Black Americans to arm themselves. And that word has went out to kill and destroy the black man, woman, and child, the best the earth has to offer. And from the man who sits in the highest office in our country, word has went out from him. He has not yet. And we're watching George Floyd's second funeral, and in Houston, he has not yet made a statement condemning the police, racism in America. He's came out so hard against peaceful protesters as far as tear gas them, hitting them with rubber bullets, McConnell, and just that whole White House. It's a sad situation for them, because what they don't know is in November, they're out of there. And Trump and all his pals are going to prison. And we're going to make sure that all those benefits and everything that you rich people have, we don't care if you send your money to Swiss, wherever you send it, we're going to track it down. And you're going to pay taxes, and a lot of them. And black people will get their reparations, because we will not stand down until we get exactly what we want out of America. Not just from you revamping the police departments across America. And that includes empathy and psychological training and diversity, of course. But that also includes our land and our money. I say we take Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Texas off rip. And then we'll decide later what states in the East, the West, and the North that we want. We built this country for free. And it's our time that all Americans, like little old me sitting over here with my Section 8 and stuff, because at the end of the day, with 2.5 trillion already in 2020 in black buying power, our people should have the best medical care. Our seniors should be taken care of forever. Our children should have the best education, private schools, black schools, private, boys schools, girls schools, and mixed schools with the boys and the girls, private, global education right now. When our kids go back, give us some school buildings and let us open our own schools, private schools. We don't want funds from the government, because unless, of course, we can write our own curriculum. We want our kids to learn languages starting in elementary. When our kids graduate, they should be fluent in 5 to 7 languages. We don't know about the global economy. We want them to have a working relationship with blacks all over Africa. We want stations here and places where blacks from Africa could come and learn what happened to the blacks here in America. And we also want to be able to travel freely, no pay, to Africa, where stations will be set up where we can learn what happened to them, and we can become as we were meant to be, as one. In 2 different countries as one. We were in 4 countries. We were in Africa. We traveled. We were so many of us that we spanned out to Asia, Europe, and America. We was first people on all 4 of these continents. And at that time, it was only 4 continents, but that's a lesson for another day. But yes, we have certain demands, like we have to check with the people in the inner city, the teachers, the moms, the grandmoms, the aunts, the uncles, the children. And we should be at home asking our kids after this, when you go to school, what would you like your school to look like? Would you like to learn languages? We need them to learn languages. We also need more black businesses that can sustain the $2.5 trillion in black buying power here in the United States that black Americans possess. We need more black businesses. So when you bank black, these black banks and credit unions are going to help you to open a business if that's what you choose to do. But for right now, we need to support black businesses like never before. Shekinah was on here from Love and Hip Hop, one of them shows, and I don't really speak about those shows, but I have a thing about Nene, so sometimes I do speak about Nene. I don't really care for her, especially after how she did Greg, because I had a husband that battled cancer for 2 years. Rest your soul in peace, Eugene. Gino. And I don't like how she did Greg. So hashtag you ain't shit, Nene. That's just how I feel. And I don't usually get off into that because I just feel like black Americans have way more stuff than reality TV. But Shekinah came on crying about Shekinah, or whatever she want to call herself. T.I. wife, or Tiny's friend. Crying about the Gucci store, and I wanted to punch her in her face like 99 times. Like I really wanted to do her great bodily harm. But then I felt so sorry for her, because what was that all about? The Gucci store got insurance. And if you've been watching, you know that most of the black people are not looting. And even if they are going in and taking stuff and looting, so what? Don't you see the whole America? This is part of protesting. All that go along with it. But for you to get on here crying about the white people's stores, I just don't understand your position. Maybe you could tell us your position. We'll be willing to listen. But right now, shame on you. You should be out protesting, baby. And shout out to all my black famous people who are out protesting, and all of y'all behind the scenes, because it's a lot of y'all that are behind the scenes. And Ice Cube, you my man for life. Ain't no hole in my blood. You my mans for life. Shout out to you. And I know your wife, she like right there, your queen by your side. Y'all like a black power couple. I love y'all though, for real. Because it's some real blacks that's famous, that's real vocal. They ain't thinking about, I ain't gonna get that movie deal, or I ain't gonna get like the one man on here was like, my career might. No, your career ain't over, baby. It's just starting. Because guess what? Black entertainers quit entertaining. Turn like when Ice Cube say he canceled his Good Morning America show because he ain't feel like telling the American public good morning. He didn't feel it was a good morning after the death of George Floyd on national TV. It wasn't no good morning for black Americans. So, and I applaud that, to be that honest, to say I ain't going. You know, I'm not going on here. If you ain't on TV talking about what's going on across America and the whole world and how blacks are being treated, you wasting your time on TV. I don't want to hear about no game stats. I don't want to see these old clips of LeBron and King James, LeBron James and Jordan. And I don't want to see it. Don't defocus black people, period, with this junk. We need to stay focused on the protest and what we need and how we gonna live and how America gonna be for black people moving forward. We cannot lose focus on that. I don't want to continue to live like this in America. I had my daughter and I got into it a few weeks ago, and she called the police. I didn't want her to take the baby bed and clothes. And we had a disagreement. We always do because we so much alike. And she called the police to get her stuff out of here. And when they came, I was irate at the police. They killed my brother, so was irate at them. And I'm like, y'all might kill me. And everything I was saying about George Floyd and everything, you know, those white police was in my house laughing. And I got so mad they end up putting me in the police car to calm down. And everything, like the white police here in Saginaw, then a couple days, the next day or a couple days later, I went to a protest. And the police chief said that him and the police in the city of Saginaw, Michigan, where I'm at, have a great working relationship with the citizens in the inner city communities on the north, east, and south side. And the crowd went crazy because they was like, you a lie, that ain't true. The people who gave the protest was, I guess, some of the pastors around Saginaw. One of them in particular took the mic and he tried to calm the crowd down. They wasn't having it. They didn't want to hear from him. They wanted to hear from the police chief. And they shut the rally down. And my thing is, I never seen where you could really control how a protester is going to react, or you're going to control the protest. And the one thing that this one pastor kept saying is, I gave this rally, we gave this, so does that make a difference, or is it really about why we out here protesting in the first place? Or what do you want, some cookies or ice cream? What do you want for giving a rally for racial inequality? And yet you let a police chief get up and make a false statement, and not one pastor out of 10 or 12 on the stage or no black police, or nobody said, well, give them a chance to explain itself, or what do you mean by that? Or the reason we out here is because you don't have a good relationship with the inner city people in the inner city communities of Saginaw. So how can you be allowed to say something on the platform like that? And when all the black and Mexican men and women in the crowd disagree, you shut the protest down and call us names and difficult and, different things like that, and agitators and, just really brand you bad. They even bought out like a 1940s police car. What do you think that symbolized for people my age and older? It doesn't symbolize a good time in the city of Saginaw, which is a very racist, Black people haven't even been living on the west side where all the white in the township 50 years. This is how racist this city is. And if you go out there now and you black, at certain times of the day or night, they gonna stop you and kick your butt. Black people start moving on the west side, white people start moving to the township. But what they don't understand is nowhere you can move that we can't afford to go. If we not there, it's only because we don't want to be here. Now we should start buying up property in Bensonhurst. Everywhere they said black people can't live, and Swatiskas and Jews and all that, we need to infiltrate those neighborhoods. We need to infiltrate. Now ain't no more all white communities, all white towns, all white nothing no more. That is over. Enough. Ain't no more. Ain't no more. We got the skinheads, we got the white supremacists, we got the Ku Klux Klan, and that's all good because we gonna fight you to the death. We see you on making your videos with all your machine guns and all your artillery. That's good to know. I seen a video where a white guy had so much, he said, you niggas ain't ready for a race war. We in the streets, I beg to differ. No, we don't want a race riot. We just want to be treated fairly. But if that's how you interpret black Americans and blacks and people all over the world is protesting because of how systematic racism against blacks, not just here in America, if your only interpretation you get from that is we want a race riot, bring it. Bring it. Simple as that. We're not bagging down. You just know that your life is finna change majorly in America and across the globe. We standing up for the Libyans who's been sold every day. That bothers me immensely. That every day blacks are being sold as slaves on the open market, and no mega church pastors, nobody has stood up for these Libyans who's black, who's being sold. We are all one and the same. You know how I know? Because we have all received the exact same treatment from our oppressors. So we can't even look at it like it's just us blacks here in America. We have to look at it as it's blacks all over the world. They are living the same nightmare that black men, women, and children are living here in America. And we strong. We standing up now. We gotta stand for everything. We cannot afford to drop the ball. We can't back down, because if we do, nothing changes. If we drop the ball now, black America, nothing changes. Remember to go over and like and subscribe to my channel, Hey Black Folks, featuring Miss Roslyn X. Yes, I've cleaned up my language, because sometimes, and this is even before George Floyd murder, you can look at my videos on Facebook, how old they are. I've been feeling this oppression for a long time, and it was just so strong and weighted on me that I decided I would started making videos on Facebook, and they kept putting me in jail, Mark Zuckerberg, because he is so racist. But that's another podcast where I'm going to be asking people to build a social media platform better than Facebook. I won't say similar to, but better than Facebook, where we can sign up and do the exact same things that we do on Facebook, but we gonna try to leave Mark Zuckerberg and Trump and his cronies out in the cold where they belong. Yeah, we need a social media app. I'm gonna make a video about that today. And so, my black folks, I'm going to leave you with that. As you know, I'm always chilling at home. Remember when you going to buy those hair and nails, and I know I come down hard on black women who support the Chinese and say they quick. They using a drill on your nails. Do you know? Go and Google the proper way to do a manicure. It's not with a drill drilling off your nail bed. Okay, so a lot of things that you are getting from the Chinese you shouldn't be. I'm going to ask you, black Americans, please get the hair from black hair vendors, please. And I'm going to ask you, black hair vendors, men, women, please have economical prices. You know they sell $2.99, $5.99, $4.99, $7.99, $9.99, $12.99, $14.99, $20.99. Get some of that hair. Don't go buy all that $300 hair. We need people to sell the cheaper hair, the braiding hair, all different kinds. If you one person who sell just the expensive hair, you want to go get all this really expensive hair and sell, that's fine. But we also need hair vendors that sell the cheap hair, the cheap lashes, and I also won't say cheap, I'll say the more economical products. And we also need to get vendors who are going to have black-owned hair care product. Now, it's a lot of black-owned hair care product line. So, come on, let's get on board and let's support black business. Black-owned banks and credit unions and other financial institutions. Let's take a chance, because white banks have breaches all the time. You just don't hear about them, okay? So, let's do that. And remember, Miss Roslyn X, I love you guys so much. Like and subscribe to my channel, Hey Black Folks, featuring Miss Roslyn X. And I'll talk to you later. And always remember that the black man, woman, and child is the best that the earth has to offer. There is nothing better on this earth than the black man, woman, and child. Know that, believe that, because that is true. And the reason I know that, that's why it's just they're adamant about destroying us, because once we wake up and we walking into our power and we walking into our victory, and so, everybody is not going to be happy about that. America is a country that is built on a big fat fallacy. So I'm going to get off of here for right now. Surely I'm going to get back on today, probably all day. I'm going down to the march today, but I'm gonna get off of here right now, and I'm going to asking all professional athletes across the board, I'm asking you to opt out. Hashtag opt out. Hashtag don't dance for massa. That means that I don't believe that the NFL commissioner came out in true sincerity. He couldn't even say Colin Kaepernick's name. He couldn't even say his name. So what I do believe is that he came out in support of the owners, because the owners have been talking, and I imagine they've been talking. You need to get out there and make a statement, because if them niggas don't take the field, we gonna lose money. We need them niggas to take the field, the court, the field, the court, the field, the court. They need that to happen. And what I say if you're a black professional athlete in America, I said hashtag opt out. Hashtag don't dance for massa. Don't dance for massa. Not until this is over. And this won't be over until late September 2021. It will not be over in 2020 because we're going to have to fight tooth and nail to get the things that we want here in America. And I'm not above fighting. I don't care. I'm in it for the long haul. So if you are a professional athlete and you reside in America, I'm asking you to opt out until your black sisters, brothers, as long as we out there protesting, I don't think you should play any professional sports. None. I don't think that you should fall for this fallacy that these people, especially in the NFL, is so concerned about Black Lives Mattering now. And Colin Kaepernick been out of a job for over 3 years. They didn't matter then. They don't matter now. He's coming out speaking in behalf of the owners who own these teams. Don't dance for massa this year, y'all. Please. I cannot stress the importance of professional athletes opting out in 2020. As long as your black sisters and brothers and brown, as long as we are in the street protesting, you must opt out of playing professional sports. You must. You must. Our lives depend on it. Hey, black folks, black Americans, I love you so much. The black man and woman and child, remember, is the best the earth has to offer. Love yourself and each other. More power to the people. Miss Roslyn X, and I'm out.